Good evening, children. I hope everyone are doing fine. Let us continue with the chapter 14, that is natural resources. So today we are going to study about one more natural resources, that is water. So let's begin. As you all know, water is an important thing for all living organism to survive on earth, right? So all water bodies like ocean, rivers, lakes, etc., these are said to be the source for water, right? So this constitute the hydrosphere. Hydro in the sense water, sphere means the earth part, right? So here this constitute the sphere, that is hydrosphere. So we have studied that layers, right? So hydrosphere comprises of water that is an inexhaustible resources. So water is said to be inexhaustible, right? So it never exhausts, but this has to be used whenever there is a necessity, right? So water is a inexhaustible resources. Okay. Coming to water harvesting, so you might have known this before itself, right? What is water harvesting? For example, you might have studied rainwater harvesting. Yes, so it is the capturing or collection and storage of rainwater and surface runoff, filling either small bodies or recharging groundwater. So it's nothing but saving water from the natural source, that is rainwater, right? So by rainwater or the surface run of water, so just filling this water either by digging the small wells or ponds near home, or collecting the rainwater from the roof to the ground, right? So these are the methods of rainwater harvesting or water harvesting. It's just collecting the water and storing it for a longer time. Okay, it is just capturing or collecting or storing the rainwater. Okay, so this is the rainwater harvesting. You can look into the picture. So rainwater, how they are collecting from the roof. Okay, the rainwater is falling on the roof. Okay, through roof they have connected the pipes, so which is connected for various purposes. For example, for the garden purpose, for car washing, and they are filled in a tanks so that they can use whenever there is a shortage of water, right? And to kitchen they have fit the pipe, so they can use that water in the kitchen also, isn't it? So this is how they can make use of the collected water from the rain. Okay, so what are the benefits of this rainwater harvesting or water harvesting? So it ensures water availability. So whenever you require water, okay, so whenever there is need of water, because you have already collected the rainwater and stored at one place, so that you can make use of water whenever you are in need of, right? It ensures water availability. So whenever 24 bar 7 there will be a availability of water. Even in summer season there will be availability of water, because you have already collected and stored water during rainy season. Yes, so it ensures water availability and it reduces the chances of flooding during rainy seasons. So when you collect this rainwater in the underground or anywhere, what happens, it is going to reduce the chances of flooding when there is a rainy season. So you might have experienced this floods, right? So in the agriculture land or somewhere else. Okay, so it is going to prevent that, it is going to reduce that flood during rainy seasons. Okay, and the groundwater is regularly recharged because the rainwater you are collecting in underground. Okay, so in that underground the water will be regularly recharged means it is going to fill. Okay, it will be always full. Okay, coming to Kadan system, so this is followed in Rajasthan. So this is said to be a traditional rainwater harvesting for agricultural practiced mainly in Rajasthan. Okay, so mainly they harvest the rainwater for agriculture purpose. Okay, it consists of very long earthen embankments down the slope of catchment areas, so which help in retaining runoff water. You can see how they are collecting the rainwater. Okay, this is one of the method. right? So mainly they use this collected rainwater for agricultural purpose. It is bit very long. Okay, it consists of earthen embankments where there will be a slope, and the rainwater will flow in the slope, and it is collected in one such area. Here you can see seepage. Okay, so where you can see rainwater is collected in underground, or as well it is collected in the seepage, you can see there. Okay, this is one of the method, that is traditional rain harvesting method. And here you can see a shallow well is often dug behind the embankment. Okay, a shallow well is always digged behind the embankment to store extra water which flow. Okay, the stored water slowly percolates down into the underground. So the water which is stored at the back where the shallow well is digged, there actually the groundwater will get stored, because this water slowly percolates down inside the ground. Okay, the area is used for growing more crops and more vegetations. Rajasthan is a area where we can see desert, right? So that's the reason they take up this traditional way of collecting rainwater. So, what are the advantages of watershed management? So, why we need to do all this? So, what is the benefit out of it? What is the advantage? So, growing more trees in watershed areas, increasing the retention of more rainwater and protection of soil from erosion. So, growing more trees in watershed areas. So, this is going to increase the retention. If you grow more trees, what happens? The underground water will retain for a longer duration. Okay, and if you grow more trees, what happens? This is going to protect from soil erosion. So imagine there is no trees at the place where always the flood occurs or always the soil erosion occurs. So what happens? Soil erosion is nothing but wash away of the top fertile soil, right? If there is trees, what happens? Trees requires top fertile soil, right? Fertile soil. So if there is a trees at that place, what happens? It will hold up the topsoil, so that if there is a flood or soil erosion, no topsoil will get eroded. So that's the reason we always advise people to grow more trees, isn't it? So it enhances the productivity, that increases the income of watershed community. Okay, so the productivity will be more, as well as the income will be more, the people who are in that watershed community. Okay, and it reduces droughts and floods. So ಬರಗಾಲ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಫ್ಲಡ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, it is going to reduce the droughts and floods, and it increase the life of downstream dam and reservoirs because of less silting. Okay, so it increases the life of downstream dam means, so where the water is stored in the underground. Okay, and reservoirs, so they water reservoirs, they store water for a long period of time. Okay, that is what reservoirs. So this get increases because of this watershed management. And next is water pollution, like how we studied air pollution, same way as water pollution also. So how do you define water pollution? The contamination of water bodies by harmful and undesirable substance is called water pollution. Okay, so if that water is not fit for drinking or for any living organism, that is said to be contaminated water, and it will be very harmful for many living organism, and this is said to be undesirable substance, right? So there are few harmful and undesirable substance in water which makes water contaminated. Okay, so we call this as water pollution. You can see the dirt water which is getting accumulated in the sea or ocean, right, or river. From this polluted water exactly comes from the industries. Okay, so next, what are the water pollutants? So which are the agents which creating water pollution? That is said to be physical water pollutants. It might be heat and oil spills. I have explained this oil spills in the air pollution, right? And chemical pollutants like detergents. So we use detergents for washing purpose, right? And fertilizers, especially chemical fertilizers, which mixes in the soil and creates water pollution as well. When this polluted soil get dissolved or get mixed with the water, what happens? It creates water pollution. And pesticides that we give to agricultural crops, that mixes with the water and forms water pollution. And biological pollutants like viruses, bacteria, fungi, all these are said to be biological pollutants. So mainly water pollutants are of three kinds, that is physical water pollutants, chemical water pollutants, and biological water pollutants. You can go through the picture here, that is major categories of water pollutants. Coming to sources of water pollution. So which is the source for water pollution? That is sewage, okay, drainage, or many dirt water is connected, and it has been linked to one such place, that is sewage. And industrial waste, soaps and detergents, petroleum, oil, all these are said to be sources of water pollution. It might be sewage or wastewater, industrial waste, marine dumping, oil pollution, atmospheric deposition, global warming, radioactive waste, okay, underground storage, leakage, and these are all the sources of water pollution. Coming to harmful effects of water pollution. So it affects on the living organism. Obviously, it causes human diseases like typhoid fevers, cholera, jaundice. All these occurs in humans especially, okay, due to water pollution. As I said in the beginning itself, so easily the diseases spreads from water. That's why whenever you drink water, look that you are drinking a purified water, okay, because water is a main source where easily the diseases can spread if you are drinking unfit water. It leads to ecological imbalances. So imagine there is a water pollution in one such place where aquatic organisms are very rich in population. So what happens if water is polluted and many aquatic organisms die? It creates imbalance in ecosystem, right? It causes water bloom leading to eutrophication. I'll tell you what is eutrophication in the next slide, okay. That is said to be water bloom, which causes eutrophication and affects the aquatic life. And it causes change in temperature as well. It leads to biological magnification. Again, I'll explain this biological magnification in the next slide. And it causes decomposition of organic matter, okay. So these are all the effects of water pollution. Coming to eutrophication, as I said, it is algal bloom, the excessive disposal of chemicals in water. So if many industries they connected their what do you say waste things to any river or ocean or any water bodies, what happens? So this chemical is going to deposit in the water, right? So it will be very excess in amount. So this excessive disposal of chemicals in water bodies leads to excessive growth of algae. So ಜಾಸ್ತಿ chemicals water ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, algae ಜಾಸ್ತಿ grow ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, okay. That is said to be algal bloom, okay, excessive growth of algae in water bodies. So this takes up the dissolved oxygen. So algae ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಗೆ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಗೆ ವಿಲ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ವಿಚ್ ಅಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಎನಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಟು ಸರ್ವೈವ್, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ರಿವರ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ರಿವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಫುಲ್ಲು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ರಿವರಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, okay. So there will be lot of aquatic organisms living in that river, okay. What happens? So aquatic organism utilizes the dissolved oxygen in the water, okay. So this industry is going to give out all the chemicals which is depositing in the water in an excessive amount, okay. This leads to algal bloom. Algae will grow in more amount, okay, large amount. So this algae utilizes dissolved oxygen. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಅಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಆಲ್ಗಲ್ ಬ್ಲೂಮ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಆಲ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್ ವೈಡ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ರಿವರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಡಿಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ will be there for aquatic organism. Then what happens? Aquatic life will die, okay. The aquatic organism die due to lack of dissolved oxygen. This is said to be eutrophication, okay. Coming to biological magnification, it is defined as an increase in concentration of some harmful substances at tropic level. Sometimes some harmful chemicals may enter the food chain. So you already know what is food chain, right? So there, imagine aquatic food chain, okay. There will be phytoplankton, zooplankton, small fishes, large fishes, and much large fish, and then it is eagle to any other large organisms. Imagine that food chain. Okay, so what happens, so here they are saying that some chemicals are accumulated in the water, right? For example, we will take it as DDT, that is diphenyl trichloroethane. So DDT powder we were extensively using for the crops before, right? So what happens, this is going to accumulate in the water, okay, and it will be present in small amount, that is 2 ppm, parts per million. Okay, so this will be there in the water. So planktons will feed on this water, they will be inside the water. Okay, so this is going to accumulate in their body in the large amount, that is 5 ppm, that is 5 parts per million. Okay, next this planktons will be eaten by fishes. So because already the DET content, the chemical will be accumulated in the planktons, this planktons will be eaten by fishes. So this will be stored in the fishes in the amount of 200 ppm. It will be increasing. Okay, it will be increasing in the tropic levels. Okay, next the bird will eat this fish, and the bird will now have 1600 parts per million amount of DDT content chemical. Okay, so these are the substance accumulated. It is going to increase in the food chain, and large will be the bird. Okay, large sufferer will be the bird. The bird will be having more amount of harmful substance in its body. Okay, this is said to be biological magnification. It is surprising to know that at each step the concentration does not decreases like energy flow. Okay, rather it keeps on increasing at each level, and the maximum suffer is the last organism, that is bird. Okay, so children, this was the concept about water, that is one of the natural resources. Hope you followed the topic today. See you all. Have a good day.